It's 94.7 Blair Radio and BlairRadio.com. Our local guest segment's brought to us by Turnkey Nerds, 402-426-NERD. And today we have Cassie Flesner with Campbell-Aman joining us. It's not always the topic people want to talk about, but that is preparing for end of life, making life easier for others, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And so, but before we really kind of get into some of the things that services you guys provide to be able to help in the future, let's tell a little bit about yourself. You're a local.
Yes, I am. So I am from Arlington. I graduated from high school in Arlington. My parents are both from Arlington as well, and I went off to school at Oklahoma State. Got my marketing business administration degree from there, and then came back home and was helping family with some insurance avenues, and then started working here in Blair with Darren in 2015. Okay. So I've been here it'll be 8 years this September. And oddly enough, in the midst of working with Darren, he married my sister. So it's a big family organization now. So yeah, and Darren actually recently bought the funeral home back in May. Okay. So we are officially a locally owned funeral home again, which is very nice.
It's very nice to be able to support local and be involved with local.
Yes, absolutely.
So somebody may be asking out there, what does insurance and marketing have to do with a funeral home?
Yeah, so Darren is definitely our funeral director. He is the expert when it comes to everything, at the time of need when someone passes away. I handle all of the behind the scenes things, so marketing for our business, and then also the pre-arrangement and insurance side of whether it is a different company that you have a life insurance policy with or doing something directly with the funeral home for pre-arrangements. That's my expertise. Okay. So, being able to offer more to our families is definitely where I come into play.
Well, when it comes to a funeral situation, there's so much that people don't realize or how to prepare for it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of paperwork and things like that. And that's really not the time you want to be dealing with that.
Yeah, correct.
And so really what you're saying is your job is to help eliminate and work through those things, help make it easier in a very difficult time.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say a lot of the people that we deal with, that we help, most of them haven't had a passing recently. There are some, unfortunately, we get to deal with quite frequently with those really big families that are from around here. But most people, when they come in, they don't know the ins and outs of funeral homes and insurance and all that kind of stuff. And that's where, why we're here. So I do a lot of our paperwork when it comes to insurance and just, helping with those decisions when it comes to that kind of stuff. I get to deal with that kind of thing every day, whereas our families that we're helping, they don't, obviously. So that's the big thing for us is we get to deal with it more often than these families that are, dealing through a passing.
Yeah.
So that's where we come into play, and that's my big thing is most of the time, you don't see me out at funeral services. I'm in the office doing all of our paperwork. So I really like it. I get to be on the phone a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you get to talk to people, work through the relationship.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm definitely kind of the in-between there between the insurance company and the families a lot of times. When it comes to people that have insurance policies that are not with the funeral home, that process can be a lot longer. It can be just a bigger process. There's a lot more forms that have to be completed. So that's where I'm able to help families figure out what forms you need and how can we make this less paperwork for your family. So that's where I come in. So I really enjoy it. It's something that I can help people have. Yep, I've done this before. Here's what we need to do. I know this I know this insurance company pretty well. This is what we've done in the past. So that's my big thing when it comes to insurance.
Yeah.
And then with pre-arrangement, I'm able to help families prepay for their policies, and then we eliminate a lot of that paperwork when, at the time of need, because we already did it in the front side of things, and it's directly with the funeral home, so the funeral home can call in and take care of everything, and it just alleviates a lot of that headache for the family.
So anything that you're directly involved with, and that's the paperwork that somebody in grief doesn't have to deal with.
Yep, exactly. Okay. It's one of those things, the more you can prepare beforehand, the easier it is on the backside, I mean, that's
There's
life
no way
in
to make
so many ways.
Yeah, there's no way to make it nice and easy.
No.
Because because it's just the nature of way it works. But anything to be able to help individuals.
Yes.
Is that what kind of drew you into doing this?
Yep, absolutely. So when I started working at funeral homes when I was in high school, and then when I went off to college, I continued working at funeral homes. When I came back, I worked for a little while with my brother with insurance, still just helping people out. But I think I really came back to the funeral home because I do enjoy helping people just through. I mean, it is one of the hardest parts of their life was when someone passes away. It doesn't matter if it was something that was expected or unexpected. It's still difficult. Right. So that's kind of my favorite part of my job is just being able to help someone every day. It's my way of giving back especially to our local community, being able to share my knowledge on things and things that I've learned with people that are struggling. So that's definitely my favorite part of my job is just being able to help people. All
right. Well, we're going to come back and continue talking with Cassie about some of the services, get a little bit more focused on some of that to be able to help people ease through a very grieving time right here on 94.7 BlairRadio.com.